Wag Chicago. After yesterday's drive, I need a little rest, so we're watching some videos. We got the kitty. I'm on a little love seat. I just figured I'd lay down for like a half hour. I just took some turmeric liquid, and I could feel my body was swelling. And within minutes, I take a super strong concentrate liquid form. You get it like health food stores. And I'm telling you, I'll show you the box when I get up. I'll have to make another video on it. But instead of taking Advil like I used to, and took a lot of it for a long time. Then when all those dangers came out about Advil and heart disease and what it does to your heart, etc., and how Advil and those other anti-swelling medicines actually make you swell more or something like that. I don't know. I don't really want to get into it, but the one thing I do notice when you take this higher concentrate turmeric is, and if you are swelling or you're having a bunch of pain from swelling, it's like a diuretic. You instantly, within minutes, have to start going to the washroom to relieve water out of your body. And I've never really noticed that before with the normal dose. Usually it's a capsule. I think they're 500 milligrams. This one, because it's liquid, they dose it different. And it's called CuraMed, I think, is the company. I took their capsules before, which are really strong. But now they came out, or the place I get it carries a liquid form of it. And I'm telling you, Tumeric, this is actually not just the turmeric and then break it down, because usually you need the pepper and all that to activate it. This one's activated curcumin, so it's the compound that makes turmeric. So a lot of people will tell you, oh, I'm taking turmeric, and a lot of times they're taking curcumin, which is an ingredient in turmeric. It's a root. So you get a lot of people that maybe read just titles of things, or they don't look into it. I've been researching turmeric, curcumin, colloidal silver, and oregano oil. See how a dog can make you calm? We're laying on a love seat. The cat was just here. And this is why people need pets. Some people do, not everybody does. But Cody's, he picks up my energy, and I think he absorbs it, and then he gets a little excited, you know what I mean? I know I affect his mood. So by knowing that, then it's like biofeedback to your own self, if you know how to self-analyze yourself, or whatever you want to call it. So then when I see I'm getting excited, and then he gets excited, then I know, oh, my energy's bad. So I crank the energy in my mind, I crank it back. And then here, when you could see him relax, then you know I'm relaxed. If that makes sense. So watch your dogs or your cat. They're very sensitive to your emotions and your energy. So if you got a dog that is very anxious and he's jumping and barking and doing all that, and you yell at him and you blame the dog, some of it could be the dog, bad training. But a lot of times they're just picking up on your energy. So then you step back, look, and then you calm down, and look what happens. They calm down. There goes the cat. Again, we're doing behind the scenes, behind the camera of WAG Chicago. I like the new segment. I hope everybody else will. I don't know what you call them, segments or topic, but I want to have Waking Up with Wags or Waking Up with Wags Chicago. I think Wags is probably easier to say. Wags has been my nickname since grade school. And then I always added the CGO later because I assumed there's going to be more Wags out there. There used to be a restaurant called Wags back in the 80s. And it was like a Denny's type restaurant. Low class, fast, cheap meals, you know, the spaghettis, the like cafeteria style meatloaf, all that crap. But the reason it was called Wags is because the company that owned it was Walgreens, and Walgreens' nickname is Wags, which I didn't know until later, but that's why it was that. They're long out of business around here anyways. I don't know if I'm sure they are nationwide, but I've never seen one since I was in high school. But just want to touch base on the Tumeric, Curcumin. The one I'm taking right now is called CuraMed. Actually, I'll grab the bottle before I end this video, and so you can see what it looks like. I believe it says take 1 teaspoon a day. That's how strong this is. It's very concentrated. And one of the things with turmeric is, and you can look it up, go to Dr. Group. He does a lot on his website. He does sell supplements, stuff like that. I'm not trying to tell you to buy from him or anything. I'm just saying he gives good knowledge on his, he'll do usually 20, 30-minute segments on, let's say, iodine or turmeric or apple cider vinegar. Another one's apple cider vinegar. ACV is the initials. Apple cider vinegar Bragg. BRAGG is the brand. I'll show you that as well before we click out. If you have any swelling, any immune problems, if you just don't want to get sick in general, there's a virus going around here. It started right around Christmas. Actually, it started almost coincidentally at the same time I made my double X video on Christmas Eve when I was yelling at the pilots in the air because they didn't take Christmas Eve off. And a good friend of mine, his family had just came down with it already by that day, so they don't think it's tied to it. But the one thing is, when you travel like for work and say you're in a 50-mile radius, you travel, you could have picked up, if they are making the X's in the sky for a reason, let's say to mark an area by satellite so you can see it. And what if somebody evil would think of this? Like, let's spread germs in a certain region, and then we'll watch the hospitals and see how many people get sick with it. You know what I mean? And it's not a crazy thing to say. Look up St. Louis. Back when they were dumping. You know what? I gotta do a video on this. St. Louis area residents were being exposed to germs that the government was dumping off building rooftops, and also would drive around in station wagons and release it that way. So before you laugh and say there's no way they would put an X and drop germs, we've been caught as a nation, our alphabet agencies doing this for time immemorial. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's what governments do. They gotta protect you, I guess. So they have to test on you to see how to protect you. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, please tell me how the hell it does. But that's the rationale behind it. And anyways, I'll probably do a story on that. Everybody I thought knows this, but if not, I got to remember that some people are at different levels of their awakening here. I guess this is going to be oh, there's a cat. This is going to be either behind the scenes, behind the camera episode, or another Wake Up with Wags. I'll probably do Wake Up. Let me get you the curcumin here. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because I got to wrap up. I got to go pick somebody up. Right here. Here it is. Let me hit the alarm button there. Okay. This is CuraMed, because it's curcumin. Totally natural. Oh, the kitty wants some, right? I don't give it to cats, but he's checking out what I'm doing. What you doing, little kitty, huh? They're like, oh, there's the jealous one. Cody don't want to miss out on no action. Okay. CuraMed Syrup. Actually, I'll put a link if you're in the Dekalb area. I'll give you a link to the local health food store. I get this from. They're very nice people over there. I don't get anything for it. Just if I find somebody that has quality work or does quality work, I'm gonna let you know, and they do. So I'll let you know that too. I'll put a post here somehow. I'm getting new at the video editing. I've never done it besides on my phone, and so bear with me as I learn how to add little like screen captions and stuff like that. But here is the CuraMed Syrup, superior absorption curcumin, up to 500 times stronger than Tumeric. See what I'm saying? So I just had this discussion with my brother. I think it was over Christmas. He's like, yeah, turmeric doesn't work, and the only way to get it to work is you got to add. I forgot what he said. It wasn't the black pepper. It was something else. Whatever it was, you got to mix it with wizard juice or something. I don't know. So what happens is there's people that misinform people, or the title will say something and it's half right. Because, yeah, turmeric, you do need black pepper to activate it, or at least makes it a lot stronger. This has already been processed, so they've already pulled out the curcumin out of the root. That's why it's so strong. See what I'm saying? I'm not trying to act like people are stupid. I'm just saying there's a lot of misinformation, okay? This is so strong that within 5 minutes, I'm already expelling extra water from my body, which was causing the swelling, which probably raised my blood sugar as well, which is now back under control. We'll go into that on another segment. This is 1 teaspoon, is a 5 milliliter. There's 48 servings. You don't have to worry about the calories and carbs. Here's the ingredient. Curcumin, rhizome extract. See, they're mixing it so it's already active. See what I'm saying? You don't have to add the pepper or nothing. It's already there. Trying to get the glare off there. Enhanced with turmeric essential oil. So it's a concentrated oil, and standardized for curcuminoid complex, which is curcumin, demethoxycurcumin. Demethoxycurcumin. And you can read the other one. Hopefully you can see that. Cody. Shh. Cody. Hey. Cody. Hey. Stop. That's the word. Quiet. Demethoxycurcumin. 215 milligrams of Curcuminoid. So here you got to be careful, because if you think this is just regular 500 milligram tablet or curcumin or turmeric, it's not. It's an oil. Like you do the new oil. I'm looking into oils now. So when I take my peppermint oil, it's a very good quality, high concentrated peppermint oil. So you got to be careful. So I will do a quick video about this because it's too hard to explain everything. These are just short segments I do. The waking up with wags. But curcumin is something that if you are preparing for any kind of emergency, which you should, even the government said you should have 6 months of this and that, whatever. This is good for people that don't want to get sick or prevent getting sick. If you do get sick and take this immediately, it will, because it has such high levels of vitamin C. That alone helps your body. And it's got more vitamin C than eating oranges, for example. It says perfect for children or anyone who has difficulty swallowing. That's another good reason for the liquid. Delivers clinically studied. You hear that? Clinically studied. Curcumin. Great for daily maintenance. Sugar-free. It's got a little sweet and bitter taste at the same time. And there's your ingredients. Pause this if you want to read this. There's no sugar, salt, yeast, no soy. Soy is horrible. It is vegan. It's non-GMO. It's manufactured by... If I can get this in here. Come on. I'll read it. Manufactured by a GMP compliant facility exclusively for Europharma Incorporated, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 866-807. I think that's the number. 2731. www.EUROPHARMAUSA.com. There, now you can see it. So manufactured by, looks like CGMP. And hopefully that stayed focused. I don't know why it's doing this. Terry Naturally, something pharma there. I don't know what's wrong with this camera. There we go. There's their website. So, I personally recommend this. I've been taking this. This is one of the strongest ones I've ever taken. And immediate results. I was tired when I just took this. Now I have a blast of energy. Just as all natural energy. It's from the vitamin C. It's from the minerals and vitamins that are in the turmeric plant. Or root. I think this is a root, if I'm correct. Again, this is like when you take peppermint oil, which I'll be showing you some more about down the road, different types of oils and why you probably should be taking them. So you need this, you need probiotics, you need a couple things, and your life will turn around. I can attest to that. You will naturally lose weight. Your blood sugars will level out. You have to watch a little bit what you eat. You have to do a little bit of exercise. Start out there. And, I mean, I know I look better right now than I did 2 years ago. So, there's that. Anyways, that's it for today. Or for this segment. We're going to do the reason it's clinical studies they're talking about. And when I do my curcumin turmeric show, I will get into that. There's 2,500 at least major medical studies on turmeric, and I think they run at like 35 grams, no, 3 grams, 3 to 4 grams during their studies. And that's why this is at 250. So that's 2.5 grams. They're running this. They formulated this so you could take a teaspoon and be close to the levels that are done in the studies. I believe that's why they're doing this. I don't know these people. I didn't ask them. I'm just guessing. See, I like to observe things and try and put things together. So that's all we're doing. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to take this. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just reporting on what the difference between curcumin and turmeric and tumerones, as it says here. This says tumerones and curcumin extracted out of turmeric. See what I'm saying? And you'll find turmeric with the Mandela effect too, because the name has changed, the spelling. So that's a whole nother problem. All right, this is Wags Chicago. This was a Wake Up with Wags moment, and I will see you next time. Drink up.